want to get into the latest revelations in the Joe Biden autopen scandal in just a moment, and they are certainly going to shock you, though maybe not surprise you. But before we get to that, what is it all about the man left and conspiracy theories? Like, they're so quick to accuse their opponents on the right of being nutters who believe things like the Hunter Biden laptop is real. Oh, wait, hang on, sorry, no, that was true. And that COVID came from a lab and not from an undercooked bowl of bat soup. Oh, no, wait, hang on, sorry, actually, I don't think that was a conspiracy theory either. But when it comes to their own crazy beliefs, well, oh boy. Did you know that in certain fever swamps of the left, where they wear only the most fashionable designer tinfoil hats, it's de rigueur to claim that the Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt on Donald Trump was a hoax? Yes, that's true. Take it away, former MSNBC host Joy Reid.
He's got these magical doctors who claim that he was shot in the ear, but his ear, I guess, grew back. He had a Duplo bandage on one minute, no bandage the next. We can't get a medical record from this alleged assassination. He was supposedly shot. We have nothing. We've got nothing.
Where are the investigative records?
Yep, they're going there, but we are not done here because Rosie O'Donnell, you know, the once funny lady who now recounts crazy videos screaming into her phone like Irish America's answer to Abby Chatfield? Well, she's got a gig on Jim Acosta's show the other day, and let me tell you, she was having a normal one.
His assassination attempt, a man died during that assassination attempt. Yeah. A man died.
Yeah.
And it wasn't him.
Yeah.
And his ear miraculously healed. Ladies and gentlemen, will anyone in the news ever say that without couching it? Yeah. His ear miraculously regenerated. People, what else do you need?
Yes, this is the new normal. Hallelujah, the ear is healed. But come on, let's be real clear here. This is nuts. I mean, Trump clearly got winged by that bullet when he turned his head at just the right moment, thank God. And these photos shown in the moments, taken just in the moments right after the shooting show, there was blood. His ear was wounded. And I just have to wonder, do these people like Rosie O'Donnell and everybody else suggest that the Trump campaign somehow got a mysterious shooter about whom, by the way, we still know nothing really, and isn't that a bit odd that they would have gotten this guy to blast shots off into the crowds and maybe, well, giving the president a fake blood packet to whack on his ear like he was in the movies or something? That somehow because Trump was not more violently injured or, dare I say, murdered, that this was all a hoax? These people, there's no other word for it. They're nuts. And again, these are the people who claim that we are the ones who engage in conspiracy theories. Anyway, speaking of conspiracy theories, remember the presidential autopen scandal. You know, the thing where during the last days of the Biden administration, White House staffers used an automatic signing device to grant a record number of pardons and clemencies and sentence commutations to criminals, often to hardened criminals, including death row inmates who had been convicted of the most heinous of offenses. Well, guess what? New emails obtained by our friends at the New York Post suggest that, yes, I know, none of you saw this coming. The Biden White House was in complete disarray during the last days of the administration, with staff frantically trying to figure out whether Biden actually knew what documents were being signed in his name. In the waning hours of the Biden presidency, the Post tells us, we learn that the president, the then president, seen here just the other day in public for the first time in a while, sporting a big scar on his noggin from a surgical procedure, orally approved sentence commutations for some 2,500 crack cocaine defendants. But it turns out then that for 6 days, White House staffers were going back and forth with each other over who actually to include in that list. In other words, no one had any idea who any of these people that Biden or the autopen or anybody else was signing off on, least of all, the President of the United States. According to a newly released email chain, the Biden team had no idea who was getting clemency, with the debate going back and forth until the announcement was made at 4:59 a.m. on January 16th. An hour, by the way, which I don't need to tell you, was well outside the former president's few good midday hours when he could, do stuff. Now, then White House Staff Secretary Steph Feldman, a key gatekeeper of the presidential autopen, apparently wrote to a West Wing lawyer that she needed evidence that Biden had consented before she authorized the mechanical signature on one of the most sweeping acts of clemency in American history. In the email chain, Feldman wrote, quote, "I'm going to need email from Rosa on original chain confirming P, that is the president, signs off on specific documents when they are ready," unquote. 6 minutes later, there was this from Deputy White House Counsel Taisha Dixon, who forwarded the message to Michael Posada, who was at the time the Chief of Staff to the White House Counsel's Office. Quote, "Michael, thoughts on how to handle this?" Dixon asked, adding in reference to the documents authorizing clemency, quote, "He, that is to say, the president, doesn't review the warrants," unquote. Huh, okay. But it gets even worse. It's not just about crack dealers, National Archives records reveal that Biden's clemency decision memo on federal death row cases, guess what? Remains completely unmarked with no version indicating any sort of presidential approval. Despite this, 37 commutations were signed and executed. So this raises all sorts of questions. Did Joe Biden approve them? Did he know what he was doing? And if Biden didn't approve them, who exactly, and this is why this is such a scandal, was running the United States of America? And God knows what else he, or that is to say, Biden didn't review. All this amounts to a shadow presidency. I mean, who are these staffers just coming up with names? Did Hunter write his own pardon, you have to ask? Was Jill involved in all of this? It all looks like a complete sham that rises to the level of, yes, what the left loves to say, threat to democracy. I wonder if we'll ever hear Rosie O'Donnell or Joy Reid talk about this conspiracy theory.